Hello, my name is Rob Busque. I am the Regional Vice President for Verizon Enterprise here in the Asia Pacific region, and it's my great pleasure and privilege to be speaking with you today. I'm going to talk about three things. Firstly, I'm going to talk about Verizon Enterprise business and what we do to serve customers in the Asia Pacific region and indeed in the Indian marketplace. The second thing I'll talk about is the transformational power of technologies such as 5G mobile phone technology and mobile edge compute or MEC capabilities that we are bringing to market around the world. And then thirdly, I'll talk about the great economic advantage and opportunity that these technologies combined with the power of a global provider such as Verizon can provide to enterprises and governments around the world. So firstly, to Verizon Business Group. Verizon Business Group is a combination of Verizon's enterprise, corporate, public sector businesses coming together to form a business-ready powerhouse globally. We operate in 68 countries with more than 26,000 employees around the world, including right here in India, and generate annual revenues of more than $30 billion. Verizon Business Group serves enterprise and government customers across the world in more than 150 countries currently. And that includes 97% of the Fortune 500 companies across the globe as well. Verizon Business Group focuses on core capabilities of digital ready networks and network transformation technologies, as well as one of the largest cybersecurity organizations in the world. We operate 9 security operations centers globally, including right here in India, and a world-class global threat intelligence center, and one of the planet's largest teams of qualified security investigators and assessors. In addition to those capabilities, Verizon also provides the world's largest mobile resource and fleet management capability through our organization, Verizon Connect, helping to bring the idea and the concept of autonomous and semi-autonomous intelligent vehicles to life around the world. Verizon also brings smart city technologies and takes a citizen-first approach to working with governments and corporations on bringing those technologies to communities around the world as well. Solutions like traffic management, connectivity, and public safety that will create safer, more sustainable, and more resilient communities that in turn promote livability, economic growth, and progress. So to the technologies that we're here to talk about today. Understanding 5G mobile technology is incredibly important for the future of technology investments across the board, not just about what type of cell phone you might buy into the future, but for corporations and governments, it's important to understand this technology in the context of the decisions they make around investment in technology infrastructure today, cybersecurity today, as well as applications today to help them plan for a 5G future. Understanding 5G mobile technology, it's helpful to understand what came before it. If you think back to the first generation of mobile technology, that gave us mobile voice. The second generation introduced short messaging, so we were able to a precursor of today's texting features. 3G was really the era of smartphones and the dawn of applications on mobile devices. And of course, 4G, which many of us use today, have ultra-fast data transfer rates, which empower many of today's connected devices and services. 5G is that next evolutionary step, and it is a revolutionary one at that. It will provide data transfer rates that are many times faster than the blink of an eye, massive bandwidth, and greater connectivity and reliability. With 5G, your organization will be able to unlock power and applications that haven't even been imagined yet. Now, 5G mobile technology is actually a collection of different types of technologies and tools that are combined to create this wireless capability. At Verizon, the core to our strategy is that we have selected to use the millimeter wave spectrum as the area that we are investing in for our 5G capabilities. This really presents a whole new ballgame. Millimeter wave spectrum can carry massive amounts of data at very high speeds with minimal latency. It also accommodates a massive increase in data demands for consumers, whether they are mobile first users or sophisticated and fully connected industry innovators and corporations. At Verizon, when we considered building our 5G network and considered what we needed to do, high speed was our goal from the start. The Verizon 5G ultra wideband network has the potential to deliver peak data rates of over 10 gigabits per second. Downloads that used to take minutes will take seconds. 4K video will stream with virtually no buffering to your device, and you'll be able to video chat in high definition with near zero lag. With these gigabit speeds, wide bandwidth, and the potential for less than 10 millisecond end-to-end response times, 5G ultra wideband will make driverless cars, cloud-connected traffic control, high-precision industrial automation, augmented and virtual reality, amongst other applications, live up to their full potential. It will also unleash the potential of the Internet of Things with ultra available, low latency links and the ability to support from 10 to 100 times more connected devices than we do on the 4G network today. We've already seen new use cases and transformation capabilities using these attributes of 5G technology start to be realized by our partners and our customers. When you think about the swell in the number of connected things or devices, forecasted to go from 8.4 billion today to more than 20.4 billion next year, this type of technology and its capability will be required. But it doesn't stop at the 5G mobile network. Verizon is also investing heavily in what we call multi-access edge computing power. MEC, as it's referred to, is really the evolution of cloud computing services that bring application hosting to life. Developers can use this MEC capability in the same way that they use cloud platform services and tools today, such as compute, networking, storage, and other services on the MEC platform. And the key advantage is that that MEC platform is located on the edge of the network, much closer to the end user. And therefore, information traveling from your 5G device all the way back to the data center increases latency. But when we're using the MEC platform, which is much closer to the device at the edge of the network, that latency is compressed significantly. It could be as low as 10 to 20 milliseconds. So instead of requiring data to be processed in the core cloud data center, it can be processed much closer to the endpoint. MEC can help developers reduce latency, enhance reliability, and speed local processing. MEC can also enable processing to happen within the network itself, rather than in devices, allowing for increased battery life and faster deployment of new applications and services. That characteristic alone can also help and assist examples such as autonomous vehicles. With MEC capability, autonomous vehicles can transmit information from the vehicle to that MEC platform and back again with very low latency, without the vehicle having to maintain and operate expensive compute power on board. This creates a very different economic model as we peer into the future of what the automotive market may look like. So what will these technologies do for business and then therefore for the consumers as well? Well, at the moment, we're having conversations with every large CIO and every organization that we speak to wants to understand what 5G and MEC capabilities can bring and how that can translate into business benefit and business opportunity for them. This will help developers to be able to build applications for mobile end users and wireless edge devices with much lower latencies than that of traditional or centralized cloud architecture. And this opens up a whole world of possibilities. If you think about the improved performance on the network that these technologies will bring, ultra high speed and ultra low latency are requirements for many transformational projects. And 5G Edge has the potential to reduce application response times and performance latency significantly. It can activate near real-time data. Data is really a new differentiator. The faster and better you can harness, process, analyze, and use it, the bigger the potential business advantage for you. Data can be gathered and acted on closer to where it's created and used to enable contextually aware applications and real-time operations. You can also realize the full potential of IoT, in the Internet of Things. I spoke about that a moment ago. The high speed and ultra low latency of 5G Edge is expected to support rapid expansion of IoT devices, particularly mission critical IoT connectivity for things such as vehicles and other smart city applications. It also delivers the promise of transformation. It can enable new applications across virtually all industries, helping to improve customer experience, create new efficiencies, and enable new capabilities. And finally, 5G Edge enhances security as well. Resources at the edge mean that you can localize data, which could help you to improve security better and execute on data management strategies far more efficiently than you could in the past. These technologies are coming together to sit at the nexus of a point in time, which I think is one of great potential growth and innovation. And with history as a guide, we know that the circumstances that we're experiencing today are a fertile breeding ground for innovation. If you think back to the global financial crisis, in the aftermath of the global financial crisis, we saw the rise of many of the largest tech organizations that are operating today. The likes of Uber, Airbnb, and others grew from the ashes of the GFC because there was a confluence of events that proved to be a very fertile ground for innovation. The first of those was that there was large-scale economic turmoil. Now, economic turmoil also creates change and opportunity. There was the emergence of 4G mobile compute power, which we just spoke about, which increased capability and speed significantly to the handset. At the same time, cloud compute capabilities became widely available. And cloud computing allowed organizations and developers to consume large-scale compute power and capability at a fraction of the cost that it would take in order for them to build and own that infrastructure themselves. And then finally, we had ultra-low interest rates, which meant that the risk, the access to capital firstly, and then the risk associated with investing in innovative new technologies, innovative new businesses, was at a historical low. Those four things came together to breed some tremendous innovation that has seen growth and really driven and fueled the economy for the last 10 years. If you fast forward to today, we have very similar characteristics operating in the global marketplace right now. Firstly, we have large-scale economic uncertainty brought on by the pandemic, impacting countries and economies around the world. We have the emergence of the next generation of mobile compute power in 5G, mobile computing and networks, which promises ultra high bandwidth, ultra low latency, and a significant quantum step forward in performance to the handset. Mobile edge compute is really that next generation of cloud computing capability, bringing many of the things that cloud compute did at the end of the GFC and bringing it right to the edge of the network where it's most valuable, where it can deliver the most information in real time. And then finally, we still have ultra low interest rates around the world. And so we know that we have these ingredients, both from a technology and an economic perspective, where we think that we can breed and drive prosperity, innovation, and growth. And so we're very excited about the combination of these technologies and the opportunity it presents for our enterprise customers, partners, and then their customers, whether they're other businesses or consumers around the world. And that promise and opportunity is not just in the United States or Europe. It is truly around the world. Right here in India, Verizon has been operating in the Indian marketplace for more than 10 years. And we recently announced a partnership with the Blue Jeans acquisition that we had made with Bharti Airtel to address the rising demand for next generation collaboration and video communication capabilities in the Indian marketplace. You know, we see the Indian marketplace as one of great opportunity and great agility and change. And in the time that we've seen and experienced working with customers in the Indian marketplace, the one thing that we know is that there is great responsiveness and adaptability to new technologies. Now Verizon Business or Verizon Enterprise's role as we go forward is to help organizations internationally understand that technology journey, that investment journey that will bring them to 5G and mobile edge compute capability for their organization. It's very important for organizations, big or small, to understand that the technology investment decisions they make today are important because those decisions will help set the path for them to move to a 5G future. And so with that, we're very excited. We're excited about, despite the economic turmoil, despite the uncertainty in the world and the region, we're very excited. We're excited for the technologies that we can bring to bear. We're excited for the innovation that this will bring with our customers. And we're excited to be part of that next fourth industrial revolution as we bring these new technologies to markets around the world, including India.
Thanks for taking out time for this interaction.
Thank you.
Let me ask, how are you looking at enterprise business, and will it going to be a mainstay for operators once they launch 5G services?
It's a great question, Muntazir. The important thing to understand about 5G services is that they are an evolution and an addition to the core networking infrastructure and capabilities that corporate customers use today. So it is not a replacement for those, it is an extension of those networking capabilities. And so for us, as we have for more than 20 years, we'll continue to work with our enterprise and business customers and help them to understand how they can leverage that new technology, that new capability to better build, to better serve their customers, to build more effective business models and increase their ability to serve their customers and constituents. 5G technology offers tremendous benefits, but what we must also remember is that that technology and those benefits are combined with application development, they're combined with a great customer service experience, an omni-channel or multi-touch experience for your customers using that same technology. And it's all underpinned by infrastructure and a network that operates to suit your business needs as well. And the expertise that Verizon can bring is to help organizations understand how they combine those technologies so that they produce what we call a digital ready network, and one that can help them to drive digitization for their business and serve their customers better.
How are you looking at multi-access edge computing, and what is your Asia roadmap going ahead?
Great question, Muntazir. So we're looking at multi-edge access compute as that next generation of cloud computing capability. You know, it brings this tremendous compute capability right to the edge of the network so you can significantly lower latency times. Autonomous or semi-autonomous vehicles is a great example of what that technology can do. So with MEC compute sitting at the edge of the network, those vehicles will be able to send telemetry information back and forth to the MEC platform with very low latency. As you can appreciate, when a vehicle is moving around a public road or an environment, then latency matters tremendously. Milliseconds matter and can be the difference between safety on the roads or not having safety on the roads. And so MEC platforms and MEC capability allow for that to occur. And so our roadmap for the Asia Pacific region with all technologies, Muntazir, is to help enterprise and government customers understand how they build their roadmap for that technology into the future. Appreciating that 5G and MEC are not widely available in the Asia Pacific region at the moment, but it's coming quickly. And what we say to customers is going to arrive much faster than you think. And so the decisions that you make today around technology investment, technology programs, application development and design must be made with a portion of your decision making with an eye on that 5G MEC future. Now, it may not arrive this year, it might not be next year or the year after in some jurisdictions, but organizations that are focused on digitizing and building digital ready networks and transforming their businesses need to be making those decisions today with that technology in mind in the future.
How do you see it help enterprise customers build 5G use cases?
One of the things that we've seen early on in our 5G deployment and when working with customers is that the use cases are very varied across industry sectors. We have great use cases operating today in things such as smart manufacturing and smart construction capabilities, where we're bringing 5G capabilities to the construction of the manufacturing site and allowing organizations and users within that campus or that site have access to virtual reality, augmented reality capabilities, being able to track and manage assets as they move around a construction site and improve health and safety on that site as well is a great use case. Entertainment and sporting events is another use case that we've seen expand very rapidly and exponentially, using the power of 5G to improve the player, the fan, and the entertainment aspects of attending a large scale sporting event. One could imagine in years to come that attending a cricket test or an ODI in India in a 5G enabled stadium would potentially produce an incredibly different fan experience and opportunity right through the value chain for organizations that were able to tap into that technology. So we see many use cases and our job is to work with corporations and companies and help them to understand what that digital future looks like for them, and then unlock the power of these technologies to realize that.
So you have recently partnered with Amazon Web Services. Do you think similar partnership with helping you in India or in the region? What is your roadmap for this region, basically?
Yeah, great. Thanks for the question, Muntazir. Again, I would say that our focus right now is on making sure that we work with our corporate and enterprise and government customers in this region and help them to understand, firstly, what the technology roadmap is for these new technologies, the impact it can have on their business, what their own digital ready roadmap is, and what their own investment posture is as well. Once we understand those aspects, we can work with them to understand the local context for that technology, and then help them to set a strategy and an investment path so that they can unlock that power. Verizon has been operating in the Asia Pacific region for more than 20 years. We continue to invest in this region. It's a growing market for the Verizon organization. And so we're constantly looking for opportunities and ways for us to work with corporate and government customers here to help expand their technology capability.
Recently, you must have heard about Reliance Jio's India's greenfield operator that has attracted as much as 22 billion worth of investment from worldwide tech giants. How do you see this development, especially when it comes to India and Asia region?
Investment in technology is nothing new, it's ongoing. And in the context of the Asia Pacific region, we've seen great vibrancy in technology investment within the region, in India, but in other jurisdictions and other countries as well. And I think that speaks to the great opportunity that people see when they look at the Asia Pacific region and the growth opportunity that it represents. And so when you think about that pathway combined with the investment that's coming in these new technologies, combined with additional investment in technology capability and technology providers in this region, those things add up and roll back to what I mentioned in my address earlier, which is We have a very rich opportunity for growth, for innovation, and for global leadership in technology right here in the Asia Pacific region with those factors combined. And so the technology industry, industry as a whole, as well as government policymakers, should understand that there is this tremendous opportunity, and that if we work collectively, we can unlock that and really establish the Asia Pacific region, India as a leader in the Asia Pacific region, as a leader globally when it comes to innovation and expansion of digital capabilities.
Thank you, sir, for taking out time and sharing your valuable insights. Thank you again.
No problem. Thank you very much. It's been great to be here.